Hi, my name is Rafael Perales, and today I'm going to show you how to use the phases of the game in Shadow War. Okay, so as you can remember, the premise of this is to find the goal of the game is to find your opponent's location and battle in the reality realm. Battling will accumulate points, and the player with the highest points at the end of the game wins. Okay, so you have a series of actions that you're going to apply to the phases of the game. So what will happen is at the beginning of every game, you'll deploy your armies, okay? So the setup would be in the starter set, red team deploys on the line 1 and blue team deploys on line 12, okay? What will happen is you'll have these preset starting points. These are your possible starting points that the enemy will kind of know where you're at. So they have to be 3 spaces away from each other. And this one of these 3 will hold your starting point for your army and your tower. Okay? So let's just say we started A1. Okay? Boom, A1. Okay? What will happen is we'll start the game. So at the start here, we're going to remove the trails from the reality board. We do not reset the shadow board realms. Check your location on the shadow realm. Gain a once per game power. Refresh the data sheet so you can now perform unique actions again. Okay, so that's the start of the round. You gain once per game power. Reset limited actions on your unit card and clean up on the board. Okay, so obviously this is first round, so you don't have to worry about that in round 1. On the other rounds you do. So what will happen is we're going to gain ourselves a once per game power. So we're going to say that we gain deception here. Okay, once per game power will be in blue. They don't cost anything to do. You only use them once per round, and you can only use this specific card once per game. So next you'll be gaining 4 action points. So what will happen is active player gains 4 action points, defending player gets 0. Okay, so what will happen is red player will gain 4. Now in this example, red player is going first. What he'll do is he will go through each phase. So he's going to go through the support phase. So he can perform a nerve check, reshadow, ability, retreat, overwatch, or instill fear. Okay. So you'll have a series of cards that you can use for the support phase. So you can use your ability, you can use a retreat action, you can use overwatch, instill fear, you can hide yourself, and nerve check. Okay. As you can see, they're all differently colored. So the red ones are unique actions. Those are once per round. Oh God, I'm sorry. Normal actions are in green. They get to be performed as many times as you want. They cost a point. And free actions are in gray. They cost 0 points. You can do as many times as you want. So these are the 3. These are the 6 that you can do during the support phase. Defending player gets to do an ability or overwatch. Okay, so they can do this or this. Alright, so that covers support. I'm not going to go over all the actions, I'm just explaining the phases. I will go over in a different video all the actions. Okay, so let's say that you pay a cost to reshadow, nerve check, and retreat. Okay, so each one of those costs 1. So you're going to lose 3. And let's just say that you are cool with that. Next, your movement slash shadow and searching phase. So that deck is different. So now you get to choose if you want to move. And here, let me pull them all out first. Alright. So now, as you can see here, you can move here a model. That one's a free action. It doesn't cost anything, sorry. It's a limited action. You can fall if you want to, but this is technically where you would shove somebody off and make them take fall damage as well. You can fake up, you can bluff your location a little bit too. You can attempt to search, and you can do a deception attack as well. So yeah, that covers that. Defending player gets to do backstabbing. So we're over here. Here we go. Defending player gets to do a backstab if it's possible. He gets to deny spells. Oops, I'm sorry. That's on a different phase. I'm sorry. So he gets to do a backstab. He can trap somebody. He can do also a deception move as well. Okay? Those are the three things you would do on defending side. Next, what will happen is, let's say that red player doesn't want to pay for that. He's going to move into the attack and spells phase. Next, you are going to use the attack deck. So you can choose to do an attack. You can cast a spell. You can gain support here. Surprise happens during this. Grapple happens during this. But this is where most of the damage comes in for the game. And defender, they also get to do defend, deny and spell. They also get to do support as well. There we go. They also get to do support as well. And they get to they can do defensive abilities or spells as well. The ones that they get to do specifically though are for defensive specific abilities or attacks. It'll say on your card if it's defensive. It's a keyword. Next, we're going to move into movement again. It's the same thing. As you can see, it's repeating. It's like a sandwich. Moving, support, and then you get to end your turn. So in this example, the red player only paid for 3 actions. So pass the turn to the enemy and remember how many action economy points you have left. They will be carried over to the next turn in the current round. So what will happen is blue player will go now for his first turn. He's going to bring in 4 points here. And now he's going to spend them however he wants. And now this is vice versa now. They flip. Okay? Now attacking player is blue player. He gets to do some stuff. Let's say that just for the sake of argument, he just moves and then that's it. So now red player gets to go. Okay? As you can see here, now he's got 5 actions that he can spend on his second turn. Let's say he decides to search. Let's say he searches again. He finds the enemy. Alright, now he wants to attack with some, surprise and stealth attack. Okay, let's say he just goes wild on this one guy. Defending player gets to go, I'm going to use my defensive ability to get a feel no pain. I'm going to do a defensive search, such as hearing. As you can see, you can do stuff as well. There are some free things as well that you can do on your turn, but you can also pay on your opponent's turn for stuff. And then the blue player would go, and he would gain 4. As you can see, red's out now. So now blue's going to go, I'm going to smack into you now because you already spent all your actions, right? You spent all of them, so I don't have to worry about things. Take it. End of turn. So, end of turn. Boom. So now we've done, each player has done 2 turns, so that means now we go to end of round, okay? So end of round, it goes, doesn't matter who it is, both players will perform this. Score objectives and lose all remaining action economy points you did not use. So, for example, if blue player, let's say he forgot to spend 1. Doesn't matter, disappears. Bye-bye. Count up how many kill points you have earned. Let's just say that he got 3, the red player got 2. And then you score objectives. Let's say he scored 3 points on the objective, he scored additional 2. So now we go back, all the way back again, start a round. Now we're gaining another once per game power. We're gaining a blue card. Reset the limited actions. Okay, now I can attack again. Well, normally I can move again. Normally, etc., etc. Because when you're doing this, you're marking off on these datasheet cards. Oh, I attacked. I did Overwatch. I did Fear. The limited actions will be marked off here. You can. There is a way that you can do unique actions twice in a round. Like normally you can't attack twice. You can if you pay +2. So it's more expensive, right? So normally attack will cost 1 action. If you try to attack again with the same model, now it's a total of 3 to do it. So it's pretty hefty to do it again. It's more beneficial to spread out your attacks. But the rule still applies where you can only perform a spell or ability. Sorry, you can only perform this. Hold on. If you're trying to perform a spell or ability, you cannot do the same name or spell twice around. For example, if this leader model here wants to perform Heartless, he can't do that again this round. You can't double up on the same name, ability, or spell. Let's break it up a little bit. It's too powerful. Alright, so I think we covered everything. When you're cleaning up, you know, when we did it, you know, I showed you how we just kind of skimmed over that really. But when you're cleaning up, like for example, let's say that red player found out that blue player is moving around here. You know, he did a search action and he found, oh, he's moving around this area. At the start of the new round, this stuff will disappear. So he's got to try to find them all over again. That's what I mean when you remove trails from reality board. You don't worry about the shadow board though. So what will happen is, you know, let's say that you moved here to here. You're not going to reset that. Leave that alone. Make sure your location's always okay. So every turn, you always can mix and match your choices for actions every turn, okay? So you can go, I want to attack with one model and I want to attack with a different model, right? You start every round, every turn, I'm sorry, with 4 action economy points, and once you've spent all 4, you can, if you want to, end your turn. That's where the end of the turn is. You always, when you choose the action, you choose any unit to perform the action, and you pay in the cost. Most things are 1 point. Alright, well thank you for watching. In the next video we'll go over actions and movement and all that good stuff.